Well, I think the first thing I discover is there's a lack of clear communication within the institution itself. It's almost as though different dialects were being spoken by people from a foreign land, because the vision gets articulated and then everybody else who gets to articulate it starts putting their own spin on it. And so finally, people in the congregation get kind of confused. Where are we headed? Why are we going there? And if I have a bias against the vision, I'm a member of staff, and I have a bias against the new vision, I will color what I say by what I believe. And I see that in churches when I first come in, and the very first thing we do is get on the same page. What is it we're all together on? Let's take those things, and then let's figure out what the desired outcomes are for what we do next. But let's get on the same page. Also, I noticed that there's an indifference on the part of congregations because they didn't go to that conference. You know, they never went and got inspired. They didn't cry and weep at that song or that sermon. They didn't have the same experience as the leadership did, the pastor, for sure. And he comes back, he's charged up, and they are not there. They have an indifference because you didn't help them get to the place you were.
So it's really a sense of educating as you go along. And I think one of the problems we run into is that we think that we've communicated something when we haven't.
Right, exactly.
And perhaps we need to continue to communicate something 5 or 6 times when we think everybody has it. Lo and behold, perhaps there are those that still don't.
Exactly. And I think there are lots of entitlement issues. Both young people and old people have entitlement issues. Gee, it's my church, I paid for it, I should have. Young people saying, don't you get it? You know, particularly amongst millennials, there are many entitlement issues which they sort of focus on, hyper-focus on. And we have to be careful that we don't let people go there. It's not about entitlement after all.